Have you ever heard the saying, "What goes around comes around"? Well, I've got a story for you today that really brings that phrase to life. It's about a couple, married for decades, who faced a challenge that would test the very foundation of their love. Let's call them Charles and Alina. They had built a beautiful life together, full of laughter, shared dreams, and deep affection. Alina was the epitome of grace and warmth, a woman whose inner beauty shone just as brightly as her outer charm. They were approaching their golden years, looking forward to a peaceful retirement side by side. But life, as it often does, threw them a curveball. In her late 50s, Alina was diagnosed with a progressive bone disease. It was a slow, painful journey that eventually confined her to a wheelchair. Through it all, her spirit never wavered. She remained the same loving, vibrant woman she had always been, her smile as radiant as ever. She adapted to her new reality with incredible strength, never once letting it define her or diminish her love for life and for her husband. Charles, however, started to change. At first, he was supportive, but as the years went on, a coldness began to creep into his heart. He started seeing Alina not as the woman he loved, but as her condition. The wheelchair became a symbol of what he felt he was losing: an active partner, a life of travel and spontaneity he had envisioned for his retirement. He grew distant, resentful. He complained about the burden of care, even though Alina was fiercely independent and managed much of her own needs. His friends would see him out alone more and more, and the light in Alina's eyes began to dim, not from her illness, but from her husband's growing indifference. Then on their 40th anniversary, the unthinkable happened. Charles, now in his 60s, sat Alina down and told her he was leaving. He said he didn't sign up for this, and that he deserved to live his final years unencumbered. He wanted to find a new partner, someone who could keep up with him, someone whole. The cruelty of his words was staggering. He packed his bags and walked out on the woman who had given him a lifetime of love, leaving her not just with a broken heart, but with the devastating belief that she was a burden. For a while, it seemed like Charles got exactly what he wanted. He quickly started dating a younger, more active woman. He posted pictures of them hiking, dancing, and traveling the world. He seemed to have completely forgotten about the life and the wife he left behind. Meanwhile, Alina, surrounded by her true friends and family, began the slow, painful process of healing. She rediscovered her own strength, started a book club, took up painting, and filled her home with the warmth and love that Charles had tried to extinguish. She was still in the wheelchair, but she was more alive than ever. But karma, as we know, has a funny way of keeping score. A few years later, Charles, now in his late 60s, was on a skiing trip with his new partner when he had a terrible fall. The accident was severe, leaving him with multiple fractures and a permanent, debilitating limp. He could no longer hike, dance, or even walk without significant pain. His active lifestyle was over in an instant, and his new partner, she found his limitations to be, in her words, too much to handle. She left him, just as he had left Alina. Charles ended up alone in a small apartment, his days filled with regret and the very loneliness he had inflicted upon his wife. He had abandoned love for a fleeting idea of freedom, only to lose both. Alina, on the other hand, found a different kind of freedom. The freedom that comes from self-love, resilience, and the support of people who see you for who you are, not for your physical abilities. Her story is a powerful reminder that true beauty and strength aren't in our bodies, but in our spirit. And as for Charles, he learned the hardest lesson of all. When you throw away a diamond for a stone, you'll eventually be left with nothing but rocks. Thank you for listening. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe for more content. See you next time. One last page. So don't forget to subscribe, my dears. Your little click makes me smile.